Xabi Alonso to Liverpool, a very tempting option, and I feel like a lot of Liverpool fans would actually happily have Slot sacked and take Alonso on. But there's no guarantee that it'd be a success. Regardless of how highly rated he is, Slot was very highly rated before he joined us, and he's on thin wire right now. They have very similar credentials. Before they joined Liverpool and Madrid, they both won the league once. They both had one very good season. I mean, you could argue Slot had a couple of very good seasons at Feyenoord. But you could argue for Alonso that the German league is stronger than the Dutch league, but neither leagues are as strong as the Premier League. So Alonso isn't Premier League proven at the moment. Slot won the league with us last year, so there's a bit of credit in the bank. There's a case that we're not playing good at all. We've been pretty terrible, and there's been some really bad performances, well below par from what you'd expect with the players that we have. And while we're 10 games unbeaten now, it might look like we've turned the corner a little bit. There's still quite a few bad performances in there, quite a few draws and victories where we didn't look that great. There's still defending issues. There's still issues with our pressing, and a few managers have commented how easy it has been to play through us. So I'm not fully convinced that Slot has turned the corner. So it is a tempting option. But, as I said, Alonso had one very good season at Leverkusen. The next season, not so good. He failed at Madrid. And yeah, ultimately, it might seem a bit unfair. And there's issues beyond the manager at Real Madrid. Issues with player egos, the club president getting involved and favouring certain players. Any manager would probably struggle at Madrid right now. But ultimately, he's not Premier League proven. We're also quick to jump the gun. I mean, look at Amorim. He had one great season at Sporting. Suddenly, he's the next big thing. Fails at Man United. Thomas Frank is suddenly, the next best thing because he's doing well at Brentford. And look, he's failing at Tottenham so far. So I feel like, we're all so quick to jump the gun nowadays. I think patience runs thin. This modern day and age football is all too fast and too, quick decision making. Whereas in the past, managers like Fergie would be allowed time to build. Arteta, even that's still the modern day, but he's been given time to build. Klopp didn't get going straight away. It took a while for him to build. Even Pep, you could argue as well. So does Slot have credit in the bank? You let him work a bit, I'd say, with the new players that he has. It takes time to build those things.